One. Good evening. Welcome to McStabber Studios Twitch channel and tonight's 10 Candles game, Apotheosis. I am Tam, and I will be your storyteller this evening. And I'd like to go around and let the players introduce themselves. So let's go around the table. Cliff, if you wouldn't mind starting us off.
Sure. Hi. My name is Sam. I will be playing Cliff Walton tonight.
I'm House, and I will be playing Bo Archer.
I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be playing Karis. That pronunciation is going to change throughout this entire game. I'm warning everyone now.
And that's just my fault. That's not even what you do.
I'm Cirque Panda, and I'll be playing Liz Pebble.
And I'm Red Ben Powers. I'll be playing Hamish McDade.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the table. Glad to have you here. As you can see, the candles are lit. We've already got one being a little bit finicky over there in the corner. If during our game a candle goes out, it's the same as you failing a roll. Candles out, scene ends. Die pool shrinks, and we move on to the next part of 10 candles. As long as there are candles lit, you're alive. But in this game, everyone dies. Your responsibility is to hold on to that hope that you may yet survive against all odds. What I'd like to do now is set up for playing 10 candles. Each of you has written a moment. This is something special for your character. We're now going to do something for each of the other players. You all have 4 pieces of paper available. One of them has your moment on it. At this point, I want you to think of a vice, a negative trait. And you're going to pass that negative trait to the person at the table on your left. Using chat or whatever, go ahead and pass those around and let me know once your vices have been done. All right. I see a lot of faces looking up. I'm going to say we're good. Next. I did say left. Yeah, okay. Hope I didn't send you the wrong way. Next, you're going to do a virtue, a good trait, something positive about the person, but you're going to pass this to the player on the right. And with these two things, you are fleshing out the other player's characters. You're giving a virtue and a vice to everyone else, and you are receiving yours. And when we're done with that, we get to do the fun one. Karis, every time you move your phone, the screen shifts and you go sideways.
Sorry.
Just FYI. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good to know at least.
Okay. Now comes the fun part, and this is where they, the dark force inside this 10 Candles universe, get to participate as well. Meaning, Hamish, you are going to do this for me, and Cliff, I will do this for you. I want you to come up with a brink, something you know about the person to your right, or they, in Hamish's case, something they don't want anyone else to know. This is the brink. This is their breaking point. Go ahead and put that together, please. All right. Great. The die pool starts with 1 die for each candle. So we have 10 dice, 10 d6 in our die pool. Whenever a player has to do something, they'll roll that die pool. They get 6s, they've got a success. That is awesome. they don't get 6s, well, there's no success there, but it won't be super horrible. We'll continue on, and there will be consequences, of course. If they get 1s, however, well, those are absolute failures. 1s put out the candle. The scene ends. But there's hope. You can always burn your vice, your virtue, or your moment. You can call on it, use it, and re-roll those 1s. But once you use it, it's gone. Now, you can only use what's on the top of your deck, which you've laid out, that has your vice, virtue, and moment on it, and your brink, of course. Everyone clear? All right. If you roll the die and you're successful, you get to narrate what happens. If you fail, I narrate the result. If you wish to challenge me for the rights of that narration, so that you can narrate your failed result, you can roll against me, against my die pool that I get from your 1s. And the 1s will build up as the game goes on. Are we ready to begin? You have all been selected. You were approached by men in dark suits wearing dark sunglasses for a special program. It's for the future of all mankind. The goal is to reach the highest point humanity can reach, the Apotheosis. And so you are in the Seed Project. You're going to be into a distant place, trained on how to use equipment, care for animals, everything that you would need to survive in the future. If you had to make the world again, you will have the knowledge and the skills to do this. You've been selected because you show that special something that we need. So, you accepted. Who wouldn't, right? You get a paycheck, free room and board, and you're going to be trained to be the ultimate. So, the day came. You grabbed what little you could and took it with you. You arrived at a place deep in the forest. You're not quite sure where. Between the planes and the helicopters and the buses, you really don't know where you ended up. All you know, it was getting dark when you went inside. They closed up this big vault door behind you. And the videos started playing all around. All electronic interfaces everywhere. You would like some food? Here, we'll show you how to prepare it. Oh, someone needs to feed the animals. Here's how you feed them and what you feed them. Anything you needed to know, there was a video put together for you. But after the third day, well, the sirens went off, but they guaranteed you, the voice that came over the speaker system, it's only a drill. It's a practice. We just need you to go to the sleeping chamber, and we're going to run the rest of the drill, and we need to make sure you can get there and get inside of your pod safely. Go. So everybody ran down, put in the mouthpiece, climbed into your pod. The door closed. It was unusual because you heard a hissing noise. It never happened when you did the drill the first 2 days. The next thing you knew, the lights had gone from yellow to red. You were cold. And the glass is almost iced up in front of you. And you hear a klaxon going off continually. What do you do?
I'm banging at the glass, trying to break it open. This isn't right. This isn't what's supposed to happen.
Is there anywhere out of where we are right now?
You're laying in the pod and you look around and there are some buttons on the side of the pod.
I can try pressing them.
Okay.
Whoa there. They said this is a drill. Why are you getting your pants all in a wad here?
It said,
or this is just some sort of elaborate thing to see how we'll react. They've been testing us this whole time. Why are we freaking out now?
Why would the drill suddenly be different with different lights and a hissing noise?
Why would the drill be the same? It's some future.
Have you ever heard? Then why are all the fire drills same at school?
It's probably just trying to work out how we do under pressure. And we
Yes.
just do.
Hopefully.
All this is some elaborate science project. We're all test subjects here. This is just seeing how we're going to handle things.
To clarify the scene, as you're saying this, each of you is in your independent pod. So you're having to yell over the klaxon and through the glass of your individual pod as you say this. And all's going fine as you have this discussion until the entire room shakes. And you feel...
Yeah, let's try pressing the buttons.
You feel
Cliff
as
is
the
also
room
going to start mashing his buttons.
tilts sideways. All right, both of you wish to do an action, but Karis, you spoke first. You have 10 die in the pool. You have 10 die in the pool. You can use up to 10 die in a roll. But this sounds like a dangerous action. You don't know what you're pushing, so...
If I use the die, do I take them out of the die pool?
You only lose them if you roll ones. So it's up to 10 die. Roll as many as you want.
I didn't roll any ones.
Okay, that's good.
I rolled 1 6.
That is a success. That candle is burning awfully fast. There we go. I shouldn't touch them, but I did not like the fact it was going down so fast. It worried me.
Neither do I.
At least 3 of these candles are giving me anxiety, you know.
This may be a short game. I don't know.
It just
All
ends
right, so
in
you
like
roll-
10 minutes.
You roll a 6. You rolled a 6. You pushed one of the buttons and the lid on your pod opens up.
Can I get out?
Of course you may.
All right, so Karis stands, and I can see the other pods, right?
Absolutely. You step out of the pod and stand, and you immediately step into a foot of water. And I will remind you, the floor is slanted.
Yeah, I doubt this is a drill.
I'm gonna
I
just
start frantically slamming buttons with my fists, kicking at the top of the lid.
I'm just gonna wipe the glass and try and see if I can wipe away some of the frost and try and see what's going on.
What did you push to get out?
Well,
Which button
first,
did I push to get out?
Hamish already said he's going to randomly smash. So, Hamish, you have 10 die in the die pool. How many are you going to roll?
I'll make it 5.
All right. Roll 5 die.
All right, baby, you've got this. Don't let me down. All right, that's a 2, 2 6s, a 4, and a 5.
All right. That is good. You guys are doing really good so far. You also
for now.
You also choose correctly as you smash wildly around the buttons and your pod opens up.
Once the pod doors open, he just flops to the ground, trying to catch his breath. He was hyperventilating.
Breathe. Which button did you press?
I don't fucking know. I just started slamming him until it opened.
How do you not know which buttons you pressed?
We were
Because I used my goddamn
merchant
fist. Look, just start hitting buttons. That's what we did. And I
Maybe
reach over.
Wait,
It might be
Wait.
safer in the tanks, guys. It looks like it's sort of flooding.
it is. But you guys might be flooded.
Fine, then you
It's
can sit
tilted.
here and be Ariel and the little fucking mermaid while the whole thing floods. I start
Okay.
gripping at Cliff's case and trying to yank it open, seeing if there's a release lever on the outside.
Can I help him?
Absolutely. But I think this is going to be somewhat risky. Again,
Oh,
you're
God damn
messing
it.
with equipment that normally is operated by others. How many die are you going to roll, Hamish? Because you acted first.
I'll
I'm just helping you.
I'll do 3.
All right.
What?
Roll 3 die.
I don't want to fill the track with 1s. I'd rather fill it with 1 than 6, 4, 5.
All right, you are successful. You find a lever on the outside, which amazingly is green and labeled open.
Oh,
Yeah, that's an important point. Before I get out, I want to check the buttons and see if any of them are labeled.
Inside, there are 3 seashell. No, I'm sorry. I went Demolition Man for a moment.
All right.
There are 3 buttons on the inside, red, yellow, and green. They are not labeled, however.
I flip the lever and pull it open.
All right.
Yeah.
Your pod opens.
All right.
Look, grab the others. We need to get out of here.
If everyone's going, please do whatever you did for him. To me, please. Thanks.
Yeah, we need to free the others.
All right,
The
I'll
water
take
is-
Carter, you take him.
The water is getting
I'll
deeper.
take one. We need her up.
Is it just the 5 of us?
The others, there were 15 of you total that were brought. However, as you look across the room where the floor is tilting, that part of the floor is under much deeper water as the room continues to flood. And there's no lights on those units.
Are you sure this is still a fucking drill? Are we trying to test our stress levels? Get him out. I'm going to try to find a way through the door. Is the door...
Wait!
You could be snarky about it, or you could just let me open, please.
Is
I
there
assume
a door?
I'm going to assume you let Liz out of her pod and she got out.
Yeah.
Liz looks very reluctant to get out of the pod. Like, she looks like she was okay in there. Like, being out is kind of scary.
Look, you
Hey,
have to
come
get
on.
out. The ones that are under the water have no lights on.
Hey, come on. It's okay. Come on.
We need to try and get them out.
We can't.
Klaxon.
It's too
The
deep.
klaxon continues to sound for a moment,
All right.
and then suddenly,
Cliff is going to...
Oh, that's fucking great. That's amazing. I love everything about this. This is fan-fucking-tastic. Hey, win a contest. Get to see the world. Travel the world. That's fucking awesome.
Wait!
You stow it.
Liz is
Wait,
diving
You
underwater.
fucking stow it. We're about to die.
where is Liz
Stop.
going?
She's gonna try and swim in the dark to try and find a container and just try and open it using the thing.
I think that is a very brave yet risky thing to do. How many die would you like to roll?
I'm gonna follow Hamish's lead with the 5. I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Okay, I got a 6, 6, 5, 4, 2. I can't believe that. I was expecting all ones. I'm really happy.
Somebody call Urian and tell him to get in the chat. I need some failed die rolls in here, please.
No, we will have them. Let's have this one moment of light before everything ends.
Yep.
As you dive under the water, you find yourself, the cables that normally ran along the floor to these, they've come loose in the water, so it's a bit tangly as you make your way down to one. But you go to the buttons and none of them work. But you do find a release handle. And you pull on that handle and the pod opens up, and inside, as it now floods with the water, you see the face of Amy. She was the youngest of you. She was like 16, 17. She told him she was 18. She's not breathing.
Okay, I grab her and begin trying to swim above water, holding her.
Okay.
We see her coming up.
You
Or
see
is it
the
too
pod.
dark?
You can see the pod open. You see as the water kind of rushes down into it and fills the space. And you see as Liz comes out of the water dragging Amy.
I'm gonna
A
help
small
her
limp
drag
frame behind
Amy,
her.
Amy up. And does she have a pulse?
She's not
Like
breathing.
just the basic
No, she-
check, like the.
No, she
Nah.
does not.
I can't feel a pulse, but I'm no medical expert.
Hello? You're muted.
No one can hear you.
Of course I am. Let's get it out of the way now. That way it doesn't happen later. Fuck drama. Cliff, get Bo out of here. Open up his pod. I'm going to try to find a way out through this door. We have to get out of here or we're all going to fucking die. So I start looking for like either a hatch or a door.
The main hatch
There's the
to
obvious
the room,
hatch we came in.
The main hatch that you came in is there. That's the only exit from this room. It's one of those, like on a submarine. Spin the handle, unlock, and the door opens to the inside.
This will go great. Rip my pectoral muscle trying to do this. I can already see it.
The thing is, you are at an angle because the floor has tilted. And
I know.
Air pressure.
the room's kind of
Air
rumbling.
pressure.
The water is building up. And it feels like the floor may be slowly sinking a little bit more.
How is the
All right.
room tipping?
I need help here. I need someone to help me with this door. I can't get it open by myself.
I can
Get
try.
Bo out. All right, good. Come here. Get Bo out.
Okay.
We can't leave anybody else to die.
Yeah, Cliff is on those way over to pull the release on Bo's pod.
Okay.
Right, good.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, I thought you were released already.
So the water is now 2 feet deep around the pods you guys were in. It is rising quickly. You've probably got 20 minutes before it's up to the ceiling at this rate.
I'm grabbing one side of the handle and waiting for someone else to come over.
Grab.
All right. 1,
Right?
2, 3, and we both.
You turn the wheel easily, and the door under its own weight swings downward and knocks you back into the water.
I don't want to be this person, but a candle's gone out.
It looks like 2, actually.
Nope, the other one's still
I
going.
think the other one's still barely lit.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of wax around it. All right. The door is going to fall inward and crash against all of you, or the two of you that were opening the door, knock you back into the water. And through the open door, you can see that the gangplank that connected is now pointing upwards, and it has cracked, and there is a gap between the way into the door and the rest of the walkway. And you hear a combination of flames, the clicking of fire, and the running of water. So between the two, this station's going downhill, and it's wonderful until the lights go out. And you are now in darkness. The world is dark, but we know these things to be true. You are on the 3rd level, down. Cliff?
The gap is wide enough for us to get out.
Okay.
It looks longer
That's
than
my
it is
fault.
because it's a.
That was
It
my fault.
Sorry.
Are you trying to make this game 10
No,
minutes?
I was trying to get some wax down on that candle. I'm not supposed to touch them. I was trying to be nice. Go ahead, Karis.
I forgot the word for it.
Blank?
Do you know length? like the length of here to like the top of the plank. It looks longer than it would actually be because of the angle the plank's at.
Okay.
Do you know, like when you were trying to climb a mountain, it takes less time than it thinks because it's.
I got you. It's going to be a little easy. It's going to be easier to climb up that gangplank to get out than it looks. Okay.
Height. I forgot the word.
No problem. Liz?
Any? Oh, in the room are floating torches.
By torches, you're speaking British and you mean flashlights, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
The waterproof
flashlights.
kind, to be precise.
Waterproof flashlights. Excellent. Hamish.
The clothes we're wearing are all wet and will give us an extra few seconds if there's a fire.
Okay. While the lights have gone out, did we miss you,
Oh.
Bo? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Bo. You should have gone sooner. I apologize. Go ahead.
You're fine. The next room we enter is the kitchen.
Okay. While the lights have gone out, you have found flashlights, and one of them works. And back to you, Cliff.
The fire has not blocked our path yet.
Okay, very good. And Bo, you get to do the last one.
There's a fire axe next to an emergency exit.
Okay. We know these things to be true. The world is dark.
We are alive.
Still alive.
We'll get it better next time.
That's all right. We've got time, and don't worry, the truths get easier because there's going to be less each time.
I feel like kids
Makes
at
it
an
easier.
assembly.
So you make your way out of the room. There's an emergency exit, but unfortunately, the door looks bent and crimped. It's probably impossible to open it, but there is a fire axe there. Who takes the one working flashlight?
I will.
I have two hands up. It's Liz went up first.
She can take it.
Okay.
It's all good for me.
Now the other ones, there may not be anything wrong with them. Who knows? So you can take them if you want. But we know one of them works. That's the truth.
Grab them.
I should have. Yeah, I'll get the fire axe.
Because if we find batteries, we can put batteries in them later.
And are they the hefty, like, mag light torches?
Sure, sounds good.
And then they've got some weight too. So if anything, they can be a baton or something.
We can probably use them to bash into.
These candles do not like you guys tonight. Let's see if we can
I
move on.
know,
I hate to
and
end the
it's
scene.
Scary.
Across the walkway as you make your way up to the top of the gangplank, first thing you notice is it's about 6 feet from the end of your gangplank to the next one, and there's quite a crevasse in between. But on the other side, you can clearly see the kitchen. You know it's the kitchen because with all the other power out, there doesn't seem to be anything else. But the light on the microwave is flashing 12 o'clock.
Who's good at jumping?
All right, I'm not, but I can give someone 10 fingers. I can try to throw them across, and then I'll just go after everyone else.
I can jump in heels. I should be decent in normal shoes.
I'll try the jump.
All right, I get down on. I kneel. Do the 10 fingers. All right. Let me know when you want to go. We'll do it. We'll go on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and I.
Yep.
There are 9
That brings
die
forward.
in the die pool. How many would you like to roll, Cliff?
4.
Okay.
I've got no 1s and no 6s.
You are heaved, and you make it. Your hand makes contact with the gangplank on the other side, but from where it's torn, it cuts you, and you immediately draw your hand back,
Yeah.
and you slip. But the way that the ground has broken apart, there's a ledge about 8 feet down, and you land on that ledge. It's short. It's miraculous that you made it. It's only about 4 inches of a ledge to stand on. No handholds that you can see, but you put yourself flat against the wall. And for the moment, you're safe.
Cliff, are you all right?
I'm alive.
Seeing that, I head forward and I lean over the edge and I extend my hand down to try and
Well,
help him.
considering it's 6 feet across, your arm will not reach far enough to him.
All
So
right.
I need to jump across, then do it, basically.
Chris,
Or you
Right.
have to jump towards your hand.
All right. We have to get everybody across first, and then we'll have an easier time grabbing them from right there. So everybody, we gotta go fast. We don't have time to fuck around with this. We have to get out now.
Chris jumps.
I try to, and I immediately go back to trying to do the 10 fingers and help them across.
That sounds a wee bit risky to me. What do you think? How many die would you like to cast for this?
Sorry, you speaking to me or Hamish?
Whoever's acting first, I will leave it between the two of you because we've gone back and forth on you two rolling, so I'll leave it up to you guys.
I can try it.
Do you feel lucky?
All right. Yeah, I always feel lucky. I'm a really lucky guy. Everybody knows I'm lucky. I never mute myself, and I'm lucky. Those are like my 2 things.
Try it. Try it.
I'm gonna do 3 dice.
Okay, excellent.
Six, 2, 3.
Yes.
Candles went out.
Yeah, a candle went out.
Hamish, go ahead and narrate your success, and then I will handle the candle going out.
So they're coming at me. I've got the 10 fingers braced. I'm looking back to make sure that Cliff's all right. I'm looking towards them, making sure they're coming towards me. And then I just kick back, throw my leg up, throw my hands up, and just catapult them across the break, the gap.
Right. Very good. It is dark, but we know these things to be true. Hamish, since the candle went out on your watch, you get to go first.
A piece of pipe from the ventilation is broken down from the ceiling, and we might be able to grab it to help us get across easier.
Only one thing, so a piece of the pipe.
Yeah. Okay, a
broken
piece
and
of
is
the pipe
hanging
has
down.
fallen
Within
has fallen
reach. You
from
could
the-
say within reach,
Yeah.
which is cool.
within reach. Okay.
I guess it'll be me next. The water has risen to the door, So you are noting that it is actually making its way up the crevasse as well. Not as quickly, so for some reason the room is filling up faster than the space you are in. Cliff?
Someone found me a rope or long piece of cable to throw me so I can climb up off this ledge.
Okay. Bo?
I make it across without Hamish's help.
Very good. Harris?
Once we reach the kitchen, there is a medical kit there.
Very good. Liz?
There is a backup generator and power is back on.
All right. And Hamish, we're back to you.
You might be muted again, buddy.
Don't take too long. Another candle.
No, I'm not. I'm not muted. I was thinking. I wasn't muted. I was
Don't
thinking.
take too long.
I'm trying not to take too long. This is a big decision. I'm finding it easier to get people over the gap now that I've managed to get someone over there before.
All right. It's being difficult to get out of here. It's dark. But we know this to be true.
We are
Yes,
We are still alive.
there.
we are still alive.
So you've made it to the other side of the gangplank to the kitchen. You've found a med kit that appears to be in working order and it's nicely stocked. The microwave's still flashing, but there doesn't appear to be power to anything else.
For clarification, is Cliff out of the pit?
He said somebody got a rope for him to climb out, so
Okay.
he would be
Excellent.
able to get out. So you also are now in possession of a rope.
Cliff, you're right.
I'm fine. I'm
All right.
dead if that's what you mean.
We got to stick together. We have to get the fuck out of here. All right.
I know.
Does anyone remember what's through here? I know this is the kitchen. What was past the kitchen?
While Hamish is saying all that, I'm looking for a sack to fill with non-perishables.
Okay.
I'm trying to close the door to prevent the water coming through.
Okay. I don't
Karen,
think closing the door is going to be a difficult action, and I don't think it's necessarily dangerous at this point in this room to search for a sack. So you find one.
Karis is gonna try finding a knife that has like one of the sheaths that like a steak knife has.
Okay. All right. Like one of the plastic over covers. Okay. So sure, you know where the dishes and everything are. It's easy enough to find one.
What were you saying, Hamish? Sorry, I was
trying to remember what's past the. I'm trying to remember the layout. I can't fucking think right now. What was past the cafeteria? Was that the way back towards the atrium, or was that the back way towards the where we were growing the vegetables, the plants? Where are we heading next?
Does it really matter since that's the only way? Like, we'll find out what it is as soon as we go through the door.
Try and find the command room. See who was the one giving off that it's a fake thing message.
See
what's
if
really
it's the
going on.
if it's the plant center, we can try to break through the glass and get out that way.
We just need to get out of this facility as fast as we can.
It's a greenhouse.
the greenhouse might be dangerous in case the room we were in was tilted. The greenhouse might be destroyed. We'd have to be careful of glass.
If it's destroyed, there might be a way to crawl out. We just have to get the fuck out of here.
This is true.
Yeah, I think
We should
But I don't want to
look.
wait around for the place to explode.
Again, we are wasting time talking when there's one way to go. So let's go that way.
Let's just run. Let's just run.
No, everything is fragile. If we run, we could break something. Take our time, be cautious, be careful of our surroundings, and just go. So
Let's stop going then. Come on.
All right.
On our way out, I look back, and is there a heavy skillet somewhere in the kitchen?
Absolutely. There's at least one good cast iron, because everybody knows if you're going to survive an apocalypse, you need a cast iron skillet.
I grab the cast iron.
Excellent. All right. You grab that, you make your way out the other door, which leads to another access path that goes upstairs to the second level, which is actually a greenhouse. There's no natural sunlight that makes it in here, but there were lights. They were grow lights, but unfortunately, they're no longer working. And this room is filled with raised beds that are scattered around. There are all sorts of plants in here, everything from edibles to plants that we just didn't want to lose. Some of those plants can be dangerous.
I swear in the introduction they said there was a backup generator in case anything went wrong. Why isn't it working?
I apologize. You said that there was a backup generator that was working.
Oh, I thought you purposefully. I thought like something else had like stopped that.
But everybody looked at me when I said the microwave was still working. There's power to the microwave, but the lights in here are not working.
Why? They must have turned it off. Like I said, there's a backup generator. Why
would the microwave be more important than the lights?
It's a dream.
It's not a dream.
Why?
Karis is going to go back and look at the microwave.
Oh, it's just
see anything.
Karis is going back and is going to look at the microwave.
Okay.
Like in a sprint, go back.
Very good. Okay, Bo, you were saying?
I just going to look out the window, see if I can glean anything. If we're in a greenhouse.
Well, you're underground. You're on the second level down underground.
Liz is just having a meltdown.
If you look out the window, you see dirt. They've hollowed out the dirt, and there was a bulb there so that it looked like daylight. There's no actual daylight.
Very funny brain making me relive past traumas in a different sense.
Right.
So
Clicky's just going to look for a way up.
Why is she going backwards? We need to just keep going.
Harris, the microwave is set inside of a shelf. It's just sitting there. Power obviously is plugged in from behind it, so you would have to remove it to do any further investigation.
I will.
Okay.
Oh, do you think we have enough time to grab some of these vegetables? We might need them when we get out.
I grabbed a whole bunch of non-perishables. These things aren't going to last us that long. If you want to eat now, grab something. But
now, I'm going to point out there is no light except for Karis, who has the flashlight because she took it with her.
There's poison. Right. You guys are going to eat it. Then you're going to die. Then I'm going to be on my own. It's just a classic dream.
Yep. In that case, I am going to go back and follow Karis.
Okay. What did the rest? I know what Karis is doing. I'm just going to ask what the rest of you are doing before I move forward on the scene.
Having a meltdown.
I had to.
Liz is going, or Bo is just going to give Liz just kind of the shit-eating grin and saying, Liz, I'm going to need you to please calm yourself. Whether this is a dream or not, we just need to keep going.
Yeah, I'll play along. Okay, cool.
Right. I think Liz has gone off the fucking reservation. We need to move on here.
We can't without the flashlight, which is not here right now.
Chris, what are you tell me what you're doing.
First of
You
all, is
wouldn't
there
be there
anything?
yet, so go ahead.
This microwave is like a normal microwave,
It's a large microwave.
but it has like that thingy where you can look inside and know what's cooking.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is anything in there?
No.
Okay, I turned the timer off on it.
Okay. The timer wasn't running. That's just the time of day flashing. And whenever
Oh,
power
yeah,
goes out
I've
to
never
something,
seen
it
a microwave
resets
with
to
that.
12. So
So power did go out from it. So power did go out of it. I'm gonna remove it best I can and look at the power because it's on. You're right.
well, since I'm playing this up because you didn't say what you did, so I have to assume you've got the flashlight in your hand and you're attempting to slide this large microwave off of this shelf. There's a little bit of risk in that, considering everything else that's going on.
I forgot it was in my hand.
How many dice would you like to roll?
We have 8 die right now, right?
That is correct.
I'll roll. This might be a bad idea, but 6.
Okay.
I don't know. So I got 2 6s.
Okay, that's good.
The rest were 1s.
You got 4 1s. Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry.
So here's what happens. First off, those 4 die are now mine. So the die pool is currently at 4. But you are able to pull this out, and you realize as you start to move this that you've got the flashlight in your hand, but you're able to tuck your hand under the side of the microwave, and the weight of the microwave presses it into your hand, and you successfully pull this thing out and set it down on the floor. As you pull it out, the cord, once it reaches about 3 feet, pops loose from the wall.
I probably shouldn't have done that. Wait.
And Cliff, you're there now, by the way.
What the fuck was that noise?
How are you doing it
Microwaves-
here?
Microwave still had power. There's still power.
Yeah, we know. What does that
Yeah,
do to help our
no.
situation?
The power turned off and it turned back on, so there is definitely a second generator here.
It's connected to a microwave through that wall.
It's not going to be connected to the microwave. If it's like most things, there's a secondary power source for essential items. Lights,
It's connected
by
to the wall.
technicality, don't need to be essential because you have batteries.
Speaking of which, can I have that flashlight? If you're
Oh
going
yeah,
to
I'm
sit
so
here
sorry. I almost dropped it. I
fucking
forgot
around
I
with a
had it.
microwave. Thanks.
Well, look how big it is. We might, if we need to burn something, it might be. We can come back here, maybe. I don't know. Of all the things, a microwave has power.
I do
Because-
want to clarify. I opened the door for them that I had
Right.
originally closed, and I will keep it open until they come back, just in case that becomes a
Right.
thing.
You know-
I don't want anyone running back and
You
it
know.
being shut. Like I don't.
Cliff is just
I-
gonna
It's
walk
kind of
back
funny. It's kind of funny, isn't it, that they thought if society collapses, we would be the community that would work together to put it all back together.
Cliff is just going to walk back with the flashlight and
Come on, it's funny.
when he enters the door.
Look, my expertise is in sewing costumes.
So, Karis,
Okay.
you've been left in the dark as Cliff walks away with the flashlight.
Hey, wait! I plug the microwave back in.
Just drop the microwave. Just leave
Drop the
it.
microwave. Come on.
The
Wait, I can
microwave
just
no longer
follow
has
you.
power because the plug has been pulled out the wall.
Yeah, I plug it back in. Wait, I can just follow him.
Yeah.
Why am I plugging
come
it
on.
back in?
Just leave the microwave.
Are you carrying the microwave? I just want to know.
No!
Right.
All right.
Laughing isn't Karis, that's me out of character.
It's gonna become our new Bob, like in Castaway. It's the fucking microwave.
Exactly. It's a Spalding brand. Yeah.
Holy shit, we are wasting a ton of time here. Can we please press on?
Yeah, once they're back through, I'm gonna shut and turn the door bolt so it's like we're locked that area out.
Right.
And with the flashlight being here, any perishables grabbed or anything like that, we're then just gonna continue forward, I imagine, to the next room.
I'm going to use the flashlight to try and find the next place. Yeah.
So are you attempting to gather food here? You had mentioned that at one point.
No. I believe Bo got non-perishables from the kitchen.
I grabbed a bag of non-perishables.
I did grab, when the light was back in the room for a second, I did grab an apple, which I am now eating because energy.
Okay. Well, if there's light and it's available, I would say you can grab an apple. So I'm not going to make you roll.
I'll grab another apple as well.
Okay. So you make your way across the garden center using the single flashlight as to light your path. And it's interesting as you walk across it, the smells of, that wonderful aroma of just fresh plants. But you notice normally this time of day, normally the irrigation system's going, but there's no water coming out of the pipes in here. So along with the lights, the water's not traveling, which tells you when you get to the next floor, which is where the livestock rooms are, there may not be water available for the animals. So you'll have to figure out what you want to do for them.
If they are traditional livestock, sheep, cow, that kind of stuff, as we pass through, Liz will be opening the cages to give them a shot. But mainly the fact of if there is any birds, Liz would like to keep one. For that like classic coal miner thing of like if there's something bad in the air.
To be clear, this was your Noah's Ark. So you've got two of many things.
Oh, then I'm I'm not gonna. No, I figured it was like sheep or something.
You have friendly things, and you have some not so friendly things.
Yes, leave the less friendly things in
my
the
mistake.
cages.
I thought you meant like farm animals. I didn't realize it was like a zoo. So like no, I'm just gonna find a friendly bird that maybe like I know is like a specific bird that's good with people, and take that with me as in case there's something bad in the air.
Let's get further. I understand your intent. Let's get further. As you approach the far side of this room, which is very large. I mean, this is a stadium-sized room to grow in. The other door opens easily, but then there's a staircase up to the next floor.
If please kind of scan. Though it looked like most things were in their cages. We don't know if there are any snakes.
Well, you're not on that floor yet. So you've come to the staircase that leads up to that floor.
Oh,
okay.
Gotcha.
So little steps.
Run up the stairs.
No, don't run up the stairs.
I would.
I guess they're faster.
All right. I'm going to carefully peek out and move with the flashlight up and down, make sure the stairs are safe, and then proceed up the stairs. If
where this was pristine before, concrete with tile, there are cracks running through the concrete, and several of the tiles appear to have snapped as they were pressed together.
I don't think the stairs are stable.
I will ask Cliff for the axe if he's going to be holding the flashlight.
Yep. Here you go.
Thank you.
What do we think? Just tread lightly?
Slow and steady.
All right.
No running.
Okay, no running.
I'll take up the back. If anyone falls, I can try to keep them upright. You guys go first.
I guess I'll go first.
I'll go first. Just kind of guide my path.
All right.
Just keep the light in front of me.
Yeah.
You make your
Careful.
way.
All right.
You make your way up the steps, and the tiles crackle under your feet as they're no longer secured, and they're slippery. There are slippery rocks, but you're able to maintain. I mean, it's not like it's a difficult staircase. It's just been compressed and angled a bit. The bad news is when you get to the top of the stairs, which is, you're going up about 3 flights of stairs to make it up there because, like I said, it's stadium height rooms. When you get to the door is slightly off its hinges. You can see light. And again, this is like one of those sealed submarine doors, the vault door. You shouldn't be able to see anything through the other side, but there is a flickering light on the other side of it. You also catch the briefest smell of smoke, burning things, but the next thing you hear is animals of all types. They're in a panic. You hear the sound of cage doors being hit and rattled. You hear other animals cry out in agony. But you can't see what's causing it. You're going to have to get past the door.
This is the only way that we've seen.
There are probably other routes, but you're going to have to go back all the way through the kitchen to that tunnel.
Yeah, get that.
Karis is gonna.
What's going on up there? Do we have a clear way out?
There's a way out. Clear is still to be determined. This door, not quite in line.
And
Someone's
there's a fire in there.
There's a fire.
I think.
I smell smoke.
Hamish, still kind of trying to be careful to keep the next person pressed, sets down the cast iron, grabs his sleeve that's still soaked from the water, rips it off, and begins to tie it around his mouth and nose.
Good call.
Animals are distressed in there. There is light, but we've not seen any other lights, so I imagine it's... And they're screaming, and they smell of smoke.
Did Liz go up there too?
Oh yeah, she's right behind you, Cliff. Sorry, I would have said, but I was shoving pizza in my mouth.
Okay.
Karis would have followed as well.
So this door, is it like wedged shut, or it's just like...
It's a little bit off its hinges. Nobody's tried to open it. You don't really know.
I will put some slight pressure trying to open it.
Everyone, cover your faces first.
Wait, how do we do?
I would have emulated what Hamish had suggested before.
And then so I don't forget, I reach down and grab the cast iron because I've noticed if you don't declare these things, you lose them.
I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Karis is going to do the same as Thingy, just cut some of her shirt sleeve off with the knife.
And you're still wet. Everybody's clothes are still damp. So
this does not feel good.
But be careful if the door is hot in any if it's warm.
That's why I'm not trying to rush it.
Okay.
The door is not warm. It is not warm, and you are able to crank it. And it's rough, but the hinges move. You might need some assistance to get it all the way open, but it does look like it'll work. Okay.
Karis will help.
Okay. I will, with Karis's help, try and get that final bit.
All right. You're able to crank the thing, and you get it far enough that you hear as the release happens, and the catch is loose, and the door will open, but it feels so heavy because, again, it's off hinge. Might be a little hard to open.
I will try, if there's a way, I will try and use the axe to get some leverage as kind of like a lever and pry it, essentially try and crowbar it with the axe.
Okay. Well, this is a little risky. You're on in a confined space, people around, a door that's not well, and you're using an axe for leverage. There are 4 die in the pool.
I'll use 3 of them.
Okay.
6, 3, 2.
All right. You get the axe in there and you push on it, and sure enough, the door pops free, opens up just enough that you'll be able to make your way through.
It's easily steady. There's Cliff, you first. I want to make sure we know what we're getting into.
All right, thanks. Cliff,
I'll go. I'll go and
move in.
Everyone step forward. Just stay behind the door. We'll give you a signal when it's safe to come through.
It's a little brighter in here. There's lights flickering, but you notice one of the halogen lamps has fallen against the hay storage for feed, and it's smoldering. And that is where the smoke smell is coming from. There's a chance that it could ignite at any moment. You, attracted by the sound of the animal that was in distress, you realize it's the sheep. None of the cages look damaged, especially from where you're at, but they're distressed about something. They're a fairly good distance away. There's a lot of shadow on them, but you can't really tell why they're distressed, but they're obviously distressed about something.
I'll shine a flashlight on them.
No, don't.
I want to see what's in the shadows.
Yeah, but think about it. Animals have better perception than humans do.
Sorry, Cliff shines the light there. That's what I meant to say.
All right.
Might be an idea. Shine it at the ceiling.
You shine the light over, and as it pans across, you see a shape slink across into the shadows.
What the hell is that?
A shadow person?
Apparently something has gotten out of its cage.
Stay close.
Better the sheep than us.
Still, I don't want it to be us.
Wait.
Everyone,
wait. This is where the animals are, right? Because I'm still back in the tunnel.
Yep.
Quiet.
Get up here.
Oh, Liz, sorry. I didn't realize how far away you were. Liz would have ushered you closer towards the time. Because I believe it's me, Keres, and Hamish behind the door awaiting a signal from Bo and Cliff.
All right.
So I imagine we're all together, and then once they give the signal for us to come in.
Is there
go ahead.
Is there a clear path through the room? Because I know
there is definitely a path through. Unfortunately, nothing's clear in here. It was laid out for the animals like a zoo, so you've got different paths and different enclosures. So you are going to have to swing a little bit closer by the sheep cage to get to the door.
So would the layout indicate like domestic animals closer to one area and then
definitely
predators towards
definitely predators would be on the far side. And Liz, for your interest, there is an aviary, actually a couple of different ones, but it's kind of in between. So you've got your domesticated animals, the aviary, and then the prey.
If it's away, I'm not. I was hoping more if it was on like a pass. So if it's away, I'm not going to bother. Did we hear the conversation happening between Bo and Cliff? I don't know how far in they were.
I'm fine with that. Sure, absolutely.
Once whether they come back and fill us in or she heard, Liz would just say, if a predator escaped, I know it's horrible, but we should probably stay near the livestock because then it will go for them instead of us.
Okay.
So once Hamish is up with the others, he looks around for a second and looks past the base domesticated animals because kind of near that lineup. And I'm assuming I can't declare a truth about a scene we're in now.
Nope, truths only come at the end of scenes.
Okay. So what are the odds that the kennel would be close to the domesticated animals?
You're looking for a canine?
Yes, specifically where it's an ark and they're very protective animals, and we assumedly have been among them. I am looking for the mastiff cage.
Okay. Absolutely, that would be located not too far from the sheep, believe it or not. Because, for one thing, the sheepdogs would be in there, and they want them to be accustomed to them.
That would be an idea, sheepdogs.
The hay is beginning to smoke more, and you're beginning to get more of the smell of burning.
All right, we need to hurry.
I'll be right there. I'll be right there. I'll just go. I'll be right behind you.
Right.
Can that fire be put out by patting it? So would that make it worse?
It's hay would. It will most likely just ignite more as we try. The air will just spread it. We just need to leave.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's just try not to draw attention from whatever's in there with the sheep.
Then let's run. Not run.
No.
So exits from this space. You know there's another door with yet another staircase that goes up to the final level, level 0, which would be the main gate that you came in. But also there had to be a way to get the animals out of here. So there is a large cargo elevator as well. But it's on the far side down near the predator cages.
Do we want to risk it?
Most of the time lifts don't work in emergency situations.
They've all been talking. Hamish has made his way over, keeping an eye out for if something got loose. He's got the cast iron up. But if he gets there, he's going to try to smash the lock, if there is one, off the mastiff cage.
Okay.
Riley,
dogs,
it's okay.
When you get to that area, the dogs are very excited. They smell the smoke. They know what's going on. They also seem agitated by something, so they're growling quite a bit.
Are they growling at me? Like, are they fixated on me?
They appear to be growling at something over near the sheep.
I would definitely not open the cage if I thought they were going to eat me. So I open the mastiff cage.
So you're going to take the skillet and try to smash the lock open.
Yeah.
There are 4 die in the pool.
Can I burn one of my...
You can only burn it after the roll if you fail. There's no reason to otherwise. There's no reason to.
Yeah, I'm going to roll all 4 then, and be ready to burn if necessary. I got to burn that.
What did you get?
1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So that's 1 die down out of the pool at the moment. You can burn whatever's on the top of your deck if you'd like to re-roll that 1 die.
I'm going to burn my virtue, which is loving.
Okay. Narrate for me how you are loving in this situation.
So the Hamish has a dog back at home. It is an English Mastiff, and his name is Riley, and it's been in the family forever. It's an old dog. And when the smoke is happening, the potential predators, the idea that these animals might be locked down here, he can't take it. The idea of the dog that reminds him of his dog being trapped here. And with that, he just starts hammering harder and harder at that lock, trying to get it open.
Okay, let's re-roll that 1. Just the 1.
That is a 6.
All right. You do this and you are able to break the lock open. And it's each dog is in an individual space. You notice, however, when you hit this, that the lock seems... These were all new locks. It seems odd to you that this lock is tarnished and maybe even has a little bit of rust on it. But that helps it break. So you're able to get the gate open. And even the gate, the hinges kind of creak. When you first came in, and of course you spent a lot of time with the dogs because of your personal feelings towards them, the hinges were all smooth.
And for a second, the world around Hamish stops. How fucking long were we in there? I thought it was only a moment, but... And are the animals all well fed, well cared for? Now that I'm looking at them, do they look like they might be a little malnourished?
Well, you notice that one of the dogs had been pregnant. You knew that. And you noticed that in that crate, that was obviously a female dog, but now there's a male dog in there. And while the dogs are a little thin, all the animals seem to be thinned out a little bit. There were a lot of automated equipment in here to keep things fed and going, and in case, you guys were indisposed. You were meant to care for them and learn how to, but there were other systems in place. So, but, there were supposed to be 12 sheep. And you're counting 6.
No fucking way.
And that's when you hear the gentle noise from behind you on the fake rock that was built just for looks. And you hear a gentle growl coming from behind you.
I shout and turn with the skillet, because that's my only method of defense. That and hopefully a really happy to see me English Bull Mastiff. And I shout out in surprise, obviously. No word, just an inarticulate shout of surprise. I'm not going to scream into my microphone and blow out everybody's ears.
Can Karis hear the scream?
Oh, absolutely.
Karis is going to start running to Hamish's area. Try and keep her footsteps as quiet as she can, like running on like the balls of her feet.
Liz will be sticking
with the knife being in the hand.
Okay. Are you going to take the cover off?
Not yet.
Okay.
Liz will be with Bo and Cliff if they're together, and probably staying near the exit. She's not. She's kind of. I imagine by this point we would have made our way over to like the sheep area, potentially.
If that's where you're headed, sure.
So because that's where the exit is.
Yeah, we were talking about sneaking past the sheep.
Okay. So Hamish hears this behind him. You guys hear it to the left from the top of the rock. You hear Hamish yell, and then you hear the growl. And Karis, you make your way around the side. You see Hamish standing there with a mastiff, his hand on its neck, because they're not collared. And you're standing there with a knife, and it's standing above Hamish on the rock is a large cat.
Like a domestic cat?
No, like a non-domestic cat.
Gotcha. I was like, is it just a large cat? Is it overweight? Like, is it just stealing food?
Here, kitty.
Yeah.
Cliff is going to do something maybe stupid and try and shine his flashlight directly in the cat's eyes to give them a moment.
Okay. To do this, you're going to have to move around the rock because the cat would be facing away from you as you were sneaking this way, and it was facing over to the kennels.
Oh, I will do that.
All right. I'm sorry, but that sounds a wee bit risky to me.
It
if
does.
You would, please, how many dice would you like to roll?
Let's see. I'll be rolling 46.
All right.
Oh, wow. 2, 5, 6, 6.
Oh, wow. Very good. All right, you get over there, you shine the light up in this cat's face, and you tell me what happens. You get to narrate your success.
All right. He turns it off before he goes up there just to try and catch it by surprise. And he tries to sneak up. And then as he gets it up there, he quickly flicks it on, shines it directly in the cat's eyes, and then just yells to Hamish, "Run!"
Hamish?
So Hamish, does the dog go for the bobcat or not?
Not a bobcat, it's more cougar sized, but
okay. Does the
bobcats
dog go
aren't
for
scary.
the
I've been face to face with them. They're nothing. So
my action will depend a lot on that.
You have your hand on the dog's neck, and while it's upset, it's not moving forward. It's just kind of, head down, growling at this point.
So realizing that there's no way in this or any other hell he's going to be able to outrun a cougar going through these aisles, he takes the momentary distraction, lets go of the dog, and I'm going to die. Just fucking tries to cave or at least stun it by caving its head in with a heavy cast iron pan. He's not going to outrun the goddamn thing. Nobody else is either. One of us is getting eaten now that it's free.
Harris, you were running up with the knife. So we'll come to you in a moment because I've got to handle Hamish here because he stated his action before you did. So we will come to you in just a moment.
Is he trying to stab? Is he doing that to the dog?
No, he's trying to bash the head of the cat in.
Oh, right.
So Hamish, you have 4 dice. What would you like
all 4. Yeah, that's not the.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Let's see how fast I can get out first.
I like to just imagine Liz, Bo, and Cliff looking at each other with like that gif of that guy going.
3 3s and a 6.
That's a success. You hit the cat. What happens?
It dies.
No, not even. Yeah. So the flashlight goes off, and Hamish, for that split second, because his mind's still rocked by everything he just had dropped on him mentally, without really thinking, lunges forward, 2-handed just swing with the skillet, catches the cat right on the side of the skull, kind of knocking it down. And he just follows it up with another one and then kicks it, and yells for everyone to run. And then if the dog is still relatively close by,
it's your success. You tell me what the dog does.
All right. So the dog growls at the stunned cat and then starts moving towards. Actually, the dog would move towards the freight elevator because that's where they come in and out.
Okay.
If we can get the elevator open, we can get up there. We can climb the cabling.
But wasn't there another exit aside from the elevator?
There's another exit.
There's a staircase, and then there's the elevator. Those are the 2 exits.
And when we were moving past the sheep pens, weren't we heading for the staircase? Sorry.
That is what you had said. Yes.
Yeah, you also would have heard Liz say that elevators tend not to work in situations like this. Like they get shut down. Like they advise not to use elevators in situations.
And if anybody voices that, Hamish will make his way.
I said it earlier when we were like, it was brought up earlier about the elevator, and I was like,
yes, but that wasn't when I was being attacked by a cougar.
All right.
Say it again.
Going towards the stair. I'm ignoring.
Hamish. Remember that thing I said 5 minutes ago? I'm just going to say it again.
Cliff is also going to go for the staircase. He gave Hamish the best he could.
Yeah. I go.
Bo, I'll be with you in just a second, Bo. Karis, you were wanting to do something as he was hitting this cat with the skillet?
Can she try to also use the knife to just stab it in hopefully the back of the neck?
Well, he knocked the cat down. It's on the ground, but it's not unconscious. So you are more than welcome to do this, but it is risky.
And the dice pool is 4, right?
I'm sorry? Yes, dice pool's 4.
Please don't fail me, die. I don't know if 1s or 6s.
No 1s, no 6s?
No.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
I'm sorry? Okay. You go in to
No
do
1s or
this.
6s.
You go in to do this, and as you go to stab the cat, it lashes out at you, and you drop the knife.
Shit!
So
Can I scramble for the knife?
You can always scramble for the knife, but that's going to be another risky action.
Just 180, like she's cat food now, guys. Let's just go.
2 6s! I got 2 6s, a 4, and another 4.
Okay.
God does not want her to live.
No, I got 2 6s!
Yeah, she got 6s. You are able to recover the knife. Your success. Tell me what you do.
So the cat, as most cats do, I forget what you call it, so just the claws trying to rip up my face, I guess.
They're trying to maul you. Yes. Take you to the mall.
That's the word. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Take me to the mall. This is just going to be a leopard print dress somehow. That'd be weird, a cheerful lion print. Anyway, yes, so cat mauling, manages with the back foot to just accidentally kick the knife closer to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I grab it and start sprinting the other way.
Okay, so you're going to take the intelligent choice and run away. Is what I'm hearing. Okay,
Yep.
Bo, what were you going to say?
No, I was just saying, forget the dumb things they're doing. I'm going to the stairs with the guy with the flashlight.
All right. You guys make it to the door of the stairs. It is closed, of course. What would you like to do?
I will attempt to open the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say open the door.
I'll keep lookout. I'll keep watch while he's doing it.
It actually.
I'm going to
go
make
ahead.
sure. I'm going to make sure it's not warm. Just
Okay.
being cautious.
No, it seems to be fine. You open the door and it opens. But about this time, the hay finally reaches its point and bursts into flame. So the entire supply of hay and other feed just goes up. And the room begins to fill with smoke rapidly.
And we still have the wet cloth over our faces.
Absolutely, absolutely. However, the animals are going nuts.
Yeah, I'm too bad. This is Bo, not me.
Yeah,
saying
no problem. No
too
problem.
bad.
You get
Going
the
through the
door.
door.
You get the door open, and you have the stairway in front of you. 3 flights of stairs up to the final level.
Is everyone behind me? I will close the door.
I am if I'm behind. Yeah.
What's
All right,
I'm
cool.
I think I'd still be running there.
You can make it in time. They've got to open the door and stuff. And if
Can
you're running-
Hamish make it?
I hope so.
Yes, I see no reason. I see no reason why not.
Does the dog follow me?
Sure. The dog follows.
Okay.
You. Absolutely.
All right. As soon as everyone's in, Cliff is going to close or Bo is going to close the door behind him.
Okay.
Yes,
You
sir.
close the door, and as you do, you hear as something hits it hard on the other side, presumably the cat. Trying
I
to
just
get out.
realized something. Where's
Oh, geez.
Amy?
She was dead.
She's dead. She was dead. She had no
Dead.
pulse.
Yeah.
Yes.
She had no pulse.
We
As
left
soon
her.
as soon as you told her, you told Liz she had no pulse. It was you had to leave her.
She's
And
now.
Left
She's
her and
cat
about
chow.
9 other people.
As Bo is carefully going up the stairs, like he's just kind of muttering to himself, but loud enough so everyone can hear. We need to have a real conversation about what is important, what is timely, and what not to do in an emergency situation.
How the hell do you know what to do in an emergency situation?
I know what not to do.
Have to do it. Doesn't leave him. Don't like that.
We now have a guard dog, so it's fine.
Another mouth to feed.
It's a dog.
Ah,
All right, I agree.
Dogs
Bo,
find their own food.
everyone, Bo's right. We need to focus on what's going on. We did what we did.
Yes.
I apologize for taking time.
Fine. I'm glad you're safe.
go.
I'm glad. I am thrilled. To the contrary, I am thrilled you're safe. I just want us to stay safe.
Once we get outside and
Understandable.
on the surface, we'll be fine. We just need
then
to get
let's
out of
start
this
moving
vicinity.
Yes.
again.
Like I said, this was mutter walking. That's what
Yeah,
he's
yeah, like
doing.
walking the whole time.
Yeah.
You
All
make
right.
your way up to the final door, and surprisingly, this door is open. It leads into the welcome room where you were first brought. There are several things. There's a map of the facility on the wall. There are a couple of other maps of the area around. There's a big sign that says, Welcome Seed 7 on the wall. It was there when you came in. It was a nice welcoming thing. There was actually cake on the table waiting for you.
We need to have a conversation as well. I found something out when I was over there that we're all going to need to hear once we're safe. It's something bad, real fucking bad.
Can you say it while we walk?
If you think we can walk after I say it, sure. We've been down here a lot more than a second.
What?
What for a second was us when we were frozen. All of the facility, if you look, the locks are rusted, the fences are bent, the animals, some of the pregnant ones aren't pregnant anymore. They're not even in the cages. There were 6 fucking sheep, and there's supposed to be 12. We were frozen a lot longer than I think we thought we were. Everything here's aged at least a year, maybe more.
That's impossible.
It's not
This dog wasn't even here a year ago. I know. I played with these things a lot.
Why,
This was a fucking puppy at most. Look at him.
so why did they lie to us about the drill?
They could
Probably the
get
same
everyone
fucking
out.
reason they lied to me about going on a vacation when I called in that fucking radio show.
Yeah.
I was told I was going to fucking Hawaii. Next thing you know, I'm in a science facility because I won some fucking contest.
Well, I
The
was
world's full of liars and cheats, apparently.
I don't even know why I was here. I'm in a similar situation to you.
chosen. I was contacted and chosen for
Yeah.
a thing.
So was
All I knew was that this was meant to be something great, amazing. This is clearly not.
Well, that's
fucking
probably why the
amazing.
three of you seem focused on what's going on. I have no fucking idea why I'm here. But like I said, we've been here a lot longer than we thought we were.
No, I'm just
A lot
focused. 'cause
longer.
My excuse for being here is way more embarrassing. So I'm just trying to block that
Go
out.
on.
Really?
How's it
Oh, I
What
more?
would that be?
I thought I was, here to be like the entertainment, and that was not the case. I'm just going to leave it at that.
You're some
Well, I
sort
thought
of
they were
performer.
testing out some kind of new ED medication, and you were, no.
Oh, this was like some USO, Bob Hope kind of thing. But
You're a performer then. Anybody I would heard of?
Probably not.
Okay, so you have something. I literally was just I don't even know why I'm here.
I don't know any of your names. What am I supposed to call you all?
I'm Karis, or
Well, I know some of them, but
Well, the name over your pod said Cliff Walton. The name over her pod said Liz Pebble, Bo Archer. Your last name was completely blacked out. I didn't actually get to see what was there. Amish, you can call me Amish. This is Riley. And I point at the dog and pat him on the head.
well, you already named him. That was fast.
The dog,
I
suddenly
kind of already had it picked out.
the hair stands up on the back of the dog, and you hear, as he looks at the doorway that goes out into the main entrance space, the vehicle storage, and he lowers his head and just growls.
I think the dog says it's not a good way to go.
And he starts to back away from the door, kind of slunk down.
Any-
quickly, you said there was maps here.
Cliff, keep the light trained on the door, but I'm going to kind of just through the peripheral light see if there's any other pathways outside of that door.
Karis is going to go look at the maps of the facility and if we can take them, as well as the map of the outside area. Just take all the maps.
Okay, I'm going to take these in order. I'm sorry, Liz, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, during the time in the reception, Liz would have gone behind the desk and tried to see if there were any papers about the drill. Hearing about, the time passing, she might look at the dates on them and stuff like that. But
okay. First off, Bo, you said you wanted to look out into the large area, the kind of the entryway.
No, I wanted Cliff to keep the light trained on there just so we're aware, but I want to see if there's kind of just the residual light in the room, if there are other doors outside of that main one.
There's the door you came in, and there's a door that leads into the main area, and from when you arrived, there is an enormous door. I mean, it's like a caricature vault door. It's the size that you could fly a helicopter through it.
Welcome to Vault Tech.
Exactly. Karis, you said you were going to look around and see what you could find in the area. So there are 4 die in the pool. While this is not risky to look for the maps, let's see how successful you are at finding something.
I got no 6s, nor any 1s.
Okay.
I can burn something to see if it can pass, right?
Normally you only burn if you fail, so I'm going to say no on this because there's not a failure in there.
That's fair.
As you look around, you don't specifically see anything on the. You notice on the maps that the paper's not as crisp as it was. These were plastic coated maps, and you see one that looks like it might be of interest. It's kind of an area map, and it shows you are here, but when you touch it, a large portion of the map just crumbles away onto the floor.
The maps are just gone. Maps are useless.
No, just don't touch them. Are they still readable?
Riley.
They're great this
Riley,
match.
it's all right. It's all right. Who's the biggest, baddest motherfucker in here, Riley? That's you. They're the size of a fucking horse, man. You have nothing to be fucking scared of, all right?
Can we still read the maps when they haven't degraded? Can we still see them?
Unfortunately, that map has mostly fallen apart. If you want to try, you can roll for it to see, and you'll either succeed and be able to make something out of it, or fail and permanently destroy the map.
And that was the only map in the room?
There was another map of the facility you're in that was on the wall.
Right.
And Liz, as you work your way around the reception area, this place was all digital. They really didn't do a lot with paper, which seems like a bad idea now, that if you at least had a survival manual or something in paper, you could carry it with you. A tablet's no good, and then you realize that, wait a minute, there is a book.
I'm going to get me that book.
And this is going to be a gimme because you guys are having deep mixed luck. It's the Army Survival Manual.
Okay, interesting. Hearing what happened with the maps, I'm going to very gently, archaeologist gently, touch this thing and see if it's okay and it's stable.
It doesn't immediately fall apart, but the binding is very weak.
Okay.
The pages are somewhat brittle, but if you're ginger with it, you may be able to get something out of it. But I think if you're going to try and thumb through it to look for anything, it's definitely going to take a roll.
I'll do that. I've only rolled once tonight. I'll do it again.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
If it's about this base, like the survival guide, is it of the base or is it just a generalized
it's a general
guide?
Army survival guide. FM 71 or 72? I don't remember. It's been a while.
I'll ask the group. Yo, quick! I know we don't have much time, but I found a survival guide. Is there anything in between that we want to know?
We can take it with us.
It's very brittle.
Just be careful with it. There's something over there.
Yes, the dog is getting more and more intense.
Okay, I'm just going to carefully pick it up, and as slowly backing away from what the dog is growling at the door, I will just really quickly flick through like onto the contents page and just see if anything stands out to me of what is needed.
You've got 4 die.
All right,
available.
I'm gonna use all of them.
Oh, do you still have that axe?
I don't have an axe. Oh, sorry, bow. Sorry.
Cliff, you got a weapon?
Just a flashlight.
It's a hefty one.
Is
Hold
this
on a
like
second.
every
Hold
other?
on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Liz, how did your roll go?
I rolled a 4 and then 3 1s.
Burn it.
Burn it.
Do you have
If I
anything?
burn, does it get rid of all of the ones?
You get
You just
to
have to
re-roll
you
the
can just
ones.
re-roll them.
You get to re-roll them.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn my.
Did we both say burn it at the exact same time? At the exact same second?
What are we burning?
It's my moment thing.
Oh, I gotta remember what yours is. Because how are we going to do this in here?
I have an idea of how it could work.
Okay, the narration is yours. Narrate it, and then you get to roll.
Look, if we're all confessing kind of why we came, whether it be, I'm here because of survivor's guilt. My family all died in a robbery gone wrong, and I was away from the house, and I couldn't do anything to protect them because I wasn't home. They're all gone, and if I can help protect you guys, even just if it's from reading a book, I want to do that. Can I reroll?
You can re-roll the ones. You've told your story. You are a little bit calmer.
Well, I rolled 2 more 4s and a 2. It's not 1s, but there's no successes.
No successes. So as you begin to go through the book, you see things in here like how to build a shelter, how to kill and clean, field dress an animal, basic traps, and then the book just falls apart.
I can't even do this right.
Hey, it's
Okay.
fine. It's
You-
fine.
Alright.
You tried.
We're lucky to have found it in the first place. So
Cliff, near the door, just like if this was a government facility or a scientific facility, near the door, is there a fire extinguisher? Obviously, if it's been 1,000,000 years since we were frozen or whatever
Is
we
there a fire
were,
extinguisher?
Sure. It's near the door.
there's a
But all
chance
this-
it won't work, but there's a chance it will.
Suddenly your flashlight flickers and goes out. But just before it goes out, you catch the shape of someone stepping into the doorway, and you hear a noise, a kind of a noise, and there's a dull red pulsating glow. The dog goes nuts and charges forward. What are you all going to do?
Cliff is going to run up and try and kick the door closed.
Okay. Seems risky.
Yep.
I want to give Hamish a chance. Or the dog is taking off towards the door, just so you know. It is going to attack at this point.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, again, given the size, musculature, and breed of the dog, it can knock whatever's there down long enough for us to either escape or to kill it. And I'm reasonably certain I have an idea about these things, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm going to follow the dog in the hope that it can knock down and deal with whatever this is long enough for us to either escape or kill the creature. Because if it can knock it out of the way, we can all just get out.
So to be clear, the dog is charging. It's obviously much faster than you and reacting before you do. You're going to follow the dog while Cliff is attempting to slam the door shut.
Karis is gonna follow the dog as well, holding the knife.
Okay.
Achieving the knife.
Okay.
I will stay with Liz then, just kind of keeping the axe up in case there's more of them that we did not see.
Okay.
I'm trying to find an alternative way out. If there's another door or anything like that, potentially windows.
The door you came in and the door out is it. The rest, everything else is solid rock. All right,
I
Cliff?
will then be kind of, I'll just be with Bo. She's kind of lost. She doesn't really know what to do.
All right, Cliff, you have 4 die.
I rolled them. I got a 3 and 3 1s. So I'm going to burn my virtue, which is protective.
Okay.
As he struggles to slam the door closed, he'll yell to everyone else, "Stay back! Just run for it! I'll keep you safe."
Kind of placing yourself in the way. Are you going to get in the way of the dog? Just so I know.
Yeah, I'm going to try and I'm going to try and get ahead of the dog if I can, but mostly I'm just focusing on getting that door closed.
Okay. All right. You re-roll the 1s, please. I hate to jinx it, but the candles are doing pretty well.
I don't 2, a 3, and a 6.
A 2, a 3, and a 6. All right.
Yep.
Well, the good news is you don't lose all the die from the pool. That's a good thing. You got a success on there. So you are able to close the door. You kind of catch the dog a little bit, but you're able to get him back out of the way. He's mad. Whatever it was you hit with the door, it felt like you ran into a truck. And as you push the door closed, it just, something feels off about it. It's like you feel the metal go from this smooth door to being pitted and maybe a little rusted, but you get the door closed.
Right. As soon as I get it closed,
Riley! Open the fucking door! We gotta get out of here! Riley! And he just starts kicking the door to try to...
No! Hamish! I don't think it's human.
All the more reason for us to get out now.
Right.
Right?
I'm gonna,
By the way, the room is pitch black.
Yeah.
We're going to attract him more by screaming.
It knows.
Look, we gotta go right fucking now, all right?
Yeah.
If nothing else, Riley's got that thing occupied.
Yeah.
Get close. Everyone get close.
Were there any exits out of this room?
No.
Just the door you came in and the door that leads out to the vehicle storage.
We have to go out. It's that try the cargo where the animals are.
It's probably a huge blaze by now.
So it's either suffocate or we run.
While the dog has a chance to do something, we need to go now, Cliff.
Fine. Cliff will open the door again.
Is there light outside the door, just out of curiosity?
No.
Okay.
No. You open the door and there's a smell, metallic, coppery smell, but no sign of Riley.
Do we see a person?
Riley!
Don't shout!
It's dark.
Everyone grab onto each other so we still know everyone's there.
Oh boy, you gotta be out there somewhere.
Hamish, I'm sorry. We need to be quiet.
Flashlight flickers for a moment and then comes on. It's a little dimmer than it was before, but there's light.
See.
Yep. I grab it.
Okay.
What do we see?
As you shine the light around, you see a couple of jeeps, what looks like a small helicopter, and the very large door. But when you shine the light across the door, it's not closed all the way. It's like it's cracked open and sitting somewhat cocked at an angle. And there's a lot of rock rubble lying around.
Can we get that door open?
We move the rocks, maybe. If we can.
Right. Who knows how to drive? Right.
If it's been as long as you said, these batteries are all probably shot.
Yeah.
These cars not starting for a year. It would be a miracle, if anything.
Is it still worth trying? At least one?
So real quick, I kind of peek over looking into the trunks of one of the Jeeps. If these were made for this kind of facility, there might be either a first aid kit or some kind of ration, something like that. Something that we can take, something that might still be useful.
All right. So you're going to search the Jeep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll. You've got 4 dice.
During this time, could I potentially have hopped in one of them and tried to start the engine?
Karis is going to start moving the rebel best she can.
Okay. All right. Hamish, go ahead and let's roll first.
I did.
And I get the feeling it went very well.
I'm gonna burn my vice. Yeah, I rolled 4 ones, so I'm gonna burn my vice card of self-loathing.
Okay.
And he's thinking back on how. Yeah. So he's thinking back on why he was the last one to go up the staircase, why he was the last one to try to get people across. And it wasn't because he was even trying to be helpful. It was because he didn't think he was worth it. He didn't think he was the one that should be left alive. He left his family, doesn't know where he is. He misses his parents. He now thinks he may never see them again. He abandoned them. He probably can't even do this right. You know, he's hoping against hope that something in here will be useful and maybe he won't be useless. He almost got the group killed getting the dog after all. And even though Riley managed to potentially save the group, it was the dog, not him, that did that.
In order for this to play out as burning this, I think the thing is you say all of this out loud as you're doing the searching. Yeah. You're muttering this so other people can hear as you're saying this about yourself.
Yeah.
Go ahead and re-roll those dice.
That's a 5, a 2, a 3, and a 6.
You got a success. Congratulations. As you are...
Sorry.
Narrate your success. You get a success out of this.
I am here. They need to get out of here. They need to get out of here. I'm just going to slow them down. This is not... I shouldn't even be here. I should be dead just like the other fucking things that are down there. And he's just mumbling this to himself. And he's not even really watching what he's doing at this point. He's just rooting around. And he looks down and he sees a duffel bag. Doesn't necessarily know what's in it. He just knows it's an army, duffel bag. May have something useful in there, like a first aid kit or, like I said, MREs. Those keep forever. First aid kit, maybe a survival knife, water filtration thermos, something like that.
What's the most valuable thing you could find in this bag?
a water filtration thermos.
Right. As you reach for the bag, the canvas of it, and you grab the handle comes off in your hand as the canvas just gives way from age and rot. Inside, you do find several things. There is a knife, but it's rusted beyond use. There's a med kit, but as you open it up, you notice that not only are things expired, but the gauze is moldy. It's gotten wet at some point. So most of the stuff you find in here is not good, but you do find sealed in the original plastic. Yay for plastic, right? And we all worried about the plastic bottles in the landfill, but here it protected this water filtration unit. It's still sealed in the original factory molded shrink wrap.
And I think it falls to the ground, kept safe by the plastic. As to him, he just sees it crumble in his hands. And he just falls to his back, against the Jeep on the ground, and he's just bawling his eyes out, holding the remnants of this canvas bag that was supposed to be something that would save them. He doesn't even notice the filtration unit is by his foot, and perfectly viable.
All right. Very good. Liz, you were wanting to start the Jeep, so you walk over to the Jeep and climb into the seat, and no keys.
I'm just going to slow you down. You should all just fucking go. I'm just going to slow you down.
Hey. I shut the door of the Jeep, and I was going to go. So she was about to go to Hamish, and then seeing Cliff approach him, Liz will actually go searching for keys. So Cliff, sorry, go ahead.
Right. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hey, Hamish. Snap out of it, man. Come on.
I'm just going to slow you down, Cliff. Just go.
Hamish.
Maybe one of them I can be bait. I'll be the bait. Maybe it'll give you guys a head start.
Hey. Did you find this? I'll reach down and pick up the little water filtration unit. Good catch.
It might have been in the bag. I was looking for first aid supplies and maybe some rations or something. I don't know.
Look.
I guess that could have been in the bag.
Hamish, there are 5 of us. That's not a lot. If we want to get out of here, we need to keep as many of us alive as possible. Okay?
O is going to come up, put his arm around Hamish and say, yeah, because if we run out of food, we're going to have to eat one of us. And if you want to be first, that's fine. And he says in this really joking way. So if you want to be useful, be our first meal when we run out.
Yeah. Come on, emergency.
I can see why they didn't bring you in to amuse the troops, Bo.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore that because I'm going to probably have to eat you. So
yeah,
let's go.
I hope they put the word ham in your name because that's how you're flavored. Come on.
Just don't start calling me Hamish. All right, let's get I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose my shit. I just
quit being sorry and let's
come on.
Hey, all right, help me out.
Let's go.
Karis, as you
like a fucking baby.
Sorry. Karis, as you approach and begin to clear away some of the rubble, you realize that the hole that's in the door where it's ajar, it's large enough for a person to pass through. And in fact, you notice it looks like something went through it recently. There are claw marks, like something was dragged through it that had claws.
Riley might still be alive. How brittle does this door look?
It's pitted, rusty metal.
So if Karis could hotwire one of the cars, if they still work, if she still work, because it's probably going to be faster doing that than moving all the rubble. Unless she crawls under it, but then that means everyone has to crawl under it. And if there's something out there, that's a bad idea.
No, you could make it through the doorway without too much trouble. It's a fairly good size hole.
Hey, if I start screaming, someone push me back, and Karis will start crawling.
All right. I will come back to you in just a moment on that. Liz, you were going to go look for some keys, and you stated that action before I got back around to Karis. So if you want to roll for keys, that's 4 dice.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try and hey, 6, 6, 5, 3.
Hey.
All right. You walk over back to the waiting room, and there's a locker on the wall. You open it up, and there are definitely keys for vehicles in there. They're all labeled as well.
Perfect.
They don't appear in good shape. I mean, they are rusty and pitted, but they may work.
If there's one that's like an electric, like I'm trying to think of what would. I mean, IRL, I don't drive, but in game she does. So what would be the thing that would last the longest if time had passed? Would it be like something like an electric car, like a gas or diesel or whatever? Anyways,
there appear to be all diesel vehicles here.
Cool. I'll find a Jeep and I'll just try and start it up.
Okay. While you are going to the Jeep, Karis, you are doing something dangerous. You are making your way out of this door into the open air. Please roll your dice. You have up to 4.
I got 1 success.
All right. You crawl through this, and as soon as you step out, you are hit with the most refreshing breath of air. It's like you haven't smelled air this clean and pure in your life. The closest you had was maybe a trip to what they call the country, and no buildings around, nothing else. It's just fresh air.
That's good, but that's bad.
It's also, it must be very late at night, because off in the distance you see a light in the sky, but it's very muted. It's very dark outside. How
much light pollution is there?
It's dark. It's very dark. Aside from this light coming from that one feature in the distance.
And there's not any other light pollution?
No.
Can I open the door from this area, from outside?
It's a very large, heavy door. You're always welcome to try.
I'm gonna just yell into it. You can crawl under. I'm outside.
So Liz?
All right, everybody. Go ahead.
Let me handle Liz's attempt at the Jeep, Hamish. So Liz, you get into the Jeep, place the key in the ignition, turn it, and roll the dice. Let's see how it goes.
Alrighty then. 1 failure. Am I able to burn?
Did you get any successes?
No.
Okay, just curious so I know. Yeah, you can burn, whatever card you're at, it's your choice to burn it.
So this one is my vice.
Mm-hmm.
Which is being obsessive. So over what people think of her. So sharing her story about, how she wants to help, and then the book falling apart. She's like, if I can get this Jeep to work, then they won't think they won't think I should have also died back there. They'll think I'm finally they're gonna like me if I can get this Jeep to work, because if I don't, they're gonna think I'm useless, and she doesn't want to be like a damsel. So I'm gonna try re-rolling that one. I'm just hoping it's not a failure, honestly. I don't want to lose any dice. Oh my god, I actually got a 6. I can't believe that.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
You turn the key and there's a sputter, and then it catches. It runs very rough. It doesn't sound like it's going to keep running for long, but you definitely, amazingly, this thing starts.
Guys! Oh my god, they're gonna like me.
It's very loud, very rough sounding. It's probably only hitting on 3 cylinders of the 6, but it's trying.
She's like trying to get the rest of the guys to come over.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I mean, we can hopefully just ram the door open. But
Right.
You describe this door
Do what?
more a little. You describe this door a little more.
It is
How
a
thick is
very
it?
large. Have you ever seen the entrance to Cheyenne Mountain?
No.
Like in Stargate, the big vault door. It's like a giant vault
Oh,
door.
it's thick.
It's very thick. Absolutely. It's
There's no.
It's nuclear bomb proof.
Liz, I'm very happy for you, but there's no way that car is getting through that door.
straight up, I thought it was like a garage door, like to like those airplane things where it just kind of like it's like a shutter. That's embarrassing. Okay.
Hey, there's always a chance. I mean, you guys can try anything you want to try.
I mean, I've got it running at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive the car gently to the door and just not to collide into it, but like against it, and then rev the engines and see if it can just.
The door
push
opens
through.
inward, just to be clear.
Okay. Is there a way we can hook it up to it?
I said that
Go in
earlier,
reverse?
so I'm sticking to it.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
imagining like up and down. That's my bad.
Yeah, that was me too. I thought it was like a
Wait,
airplane
really?
thing.
if you guys Karis is outside, damn it.
The only option is to Tokyo drift, so it spins and knocks the door open.
All right.
All right, look, we might as well just head out then.
We do have a rope. Hold on. We still have a rope. It was we have a rope I was pulled up with. If we can try and hook this, like tie this thing to the Jeep, maybe we can pull it open that way.
Does the Jeep have a tow cable?
Yeah, it has a winch.
Oh, okay. There
All
it
right,
is then.
I will turn
Probably a little
the
stronger
car
than the rope,
around.
maybe.
I feel like this is one of those things where we're wasting a lot of time, like we did before. We just saying, we can keep trying this, but Karis clearly got through, and this car is going to maybe make it a mile before it dies. What is the point?
Right.
If you could, I mean, it literally. I'm not trying to be an asshole here.
No,
But if you
you're
can tell me
right.
the
You're
point-
right.
I'm
You
going to
tell
give
me the-
Liz, as you're saying this, because Liz has wanted to move this vehicle for some time now. She puts it into gear and rolls, and it's very rocky as the tires have degraded to nothing, and the rubber just falls apart, and she is rolling on the rims.
I after hearing that, I will just brake in the car and just kind of give up on it after hearing Bo's advice, and we'll just kind
Why
of
is
sad
the
get
car
out of the car.
stopping?
The door opens inwards. It's I tried. It's,
Hey,
Hey,
It was a good
Don't we
effort.
still have that rope?
yeah. Good
It's-
thought. Good thought.
It's not going
Liz.
to work, Karis. We can let's just through the door.
All right.
Liz, as you
It's
turn
alright.
the engine, Liz, as you turn the engine off, and you just, you needed this success. You just needed this. You drop the keys down onto the floorboard, and then you notice there's something in the pocket underneath the steering wheel.
okay, I have a look.
You pull it out, and it is a smaller version of the area map. Some of it's ruined from age. Something has dripped down, probably some oil or something has dripped down and taken out part of it. But the one thing you can see, there's a supply station, kind of a a hold that they had built. And it's 20 miles away to the north.
Oh, if we had a car, though.
Well, we don't.
We could try seeing how far that car will go.
It's
not getting
Those
through.
right.
There's no way this car or any car is getting through this door.
We have.
If it goes inward, use the car to pull the door back.
The Jeep is just made of rims and tears.
It's all right, guys. We'll leave it. We can trek, or we can maybe there's a car on the road outside. We'll find something. In the meantime, there's an area map I've just found 20 miles away. There's a supply place. But I mean, we'll run into people before then anyways, so we'll be fine. Like we'll just get help.
We have some food. Let's just we're wasting time.
Yes, more fresher than anything I've had in my life. You guys want to get out of here?
I crawl through when I can. I'll crawl through when I can.
Let's just crawl through.
We've got an axe, we've got a skillet, we've got a knife, and let's face it, we've got some of the largest nuts left in the world. We got this.
Water purifier.
You also have a pair of keys and a map as well. Don't forget those. You know.
All right, let's go. Okay. You guys go first. I'll take up the back in case that thing comes back.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to fight you. And I will usher Liz out.
You probably win.
I'll usher Liz out. I'll let Cliff go before or after me, his choice, and then have Hamish cover the rear.
All right. You climb through and make your way outside, and you're in this. You notice that there's plants everywhere. It's very overgrown. Again, it must be night because you can see from the brightness, it's obviously the moon. It's very cloudy though, very dark and cloudy. So you don't see any stars. But there are plants.
Once everyone's outside, Karis will just motion to around them. There is very little light pollution. And she'll point to where she saw that red dot in the sky. Further away. That's the only light.
Is that the same direction where that place you found, Liz?
Is it? Like on the map, is it?
Well, how are you going to orient the map? Who knows?
Also, just out of curiosity, when we arrived, were there many buildings around? Like, was there lots?
No, this was a secluded place. You did pass a couple of towns at places, but
yeah. So they're not being much light isn't too crazy.
Well, but is there a moon? Could be a new moon tonight, but
well, there's something up there that's it's got to be the moon. I mean, what else could it be?
Sure.
The new moon.
Don't like that question.
Yeah.
What is this? Some ripoff of Twilight?
It's his throne.
Shut up.
When did we get into a ripoff of Twilight? Next thing I'm gonna know, one of us is gonna talk sparkling.
Let me see the map.
Yeah, I hand him the map. I don't know how to orient it.
So Hamish doesn't have a great idea on how to do this, but he's trying to match up because is it a topographical map with like trees, rivers, that kind of thing?
Topographical maps have concentric circles to show you the variances in elevations in major points like river paths and things like that. So yeah, it definitely has some of those. I mean, the place that you're at that's marked as here obviously has an elevation because it's a hillside.
Also probably would have been near a water source, where it's all quiet and beautiful and peaceful in Jurassic World right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone keep quiet and he tries to listen to see if he can hear a source of water nearby. Maybe help orient him on the map.
While this isn't a risky thing, I think it is an action that could fail. So please take your 4 dice and let's see if we can get rid of all your traits.
It's not risky, but it's challenging.
Yes, thank you. Well stated. I'm sorry, Karis.
No, I'm just saying I'm the only one who hasn't been able to balance traits yet.
I don't think your roll went well because you took your glasses off and you're rubbing your face again.
All right, well, that was 4 dice, and 3 of the dice were 1s. I'm not going to burn anything. I'm not going to burn anything because we've got like 8 candles left. And what's going to happen is we're going to burn everything now, and then we're not going to be able to stop anything from happening after this. It's just going to be...
You say we are going to...
You say we like you're a part of this team.
Burned.
So you know what? I'm gonna eat the 3 1s.
Okay. What was the 4th die?
It was a 2.
So you look at this map and you look around and you're like, well, this is here and obviously it's flat in this direction. There should be a river that way. And you point off in a direction, that's got to be east. There should be a river that way. I mean, if that's the moon, yeah, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. So Hamish is convinced. Hamish, pardon me, is convinced. Which way's east?
All right,
If we could see the stars, we'd know for sure.
All right. No, I've got this. All right.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive. All right.
Okay.
You can hear it. If you're quiet, you can hear it. There's a stream flowing over there, which if you look at the map, that means that we're here, and the location that you were talking about, if we just go this way, we'll hit it in no time.
Is that the same direction as the light that Karis saw?
Well, you guys can all see it. It's up in the sky.
I'm just saying, is it the same direction? Is it the same direction as that light?
Somewhat, yeah. Somewhat.
Okay. I guess this kind of general direction that light is. So it's the best lead we have. Until the sun comes up, we won't know either way.
Right. Got this, guys. I'm not going to let you down.
Right. Let's go.
All right. So you guys traipse off into the distance, and you notice as the light continues across the sky, heading what you would assume is westward. If you're going east, it's moving across. And you travel for a couple of hours. And then that light reaches the horizon and begins to set over the hills in the distance. You've walked quite some ways, no river yet. But then that light goes down. And what was mildly dark now becomes black night. The only light is from your dwindling flashlight. Seems to have, drained quite a bit from when you ran into whatever that was.
We should probably... It's too dark probably for a fire, just be a signal. Unless we can set a fire up in an area where the smokestack's going to be too up high in the air. And then it might be best if we try sleeping. Because then when we wake up, there'll be daylight. We can save the torch.
Problem is, we don't know where those things are, where they lie.
Oh, you've got the food, right?
Yes.
So we've got a knife. We've got vegetation. We can try to start a fire with that. I mean, they taught us how to do that. Chances are at least one of us will remember. We've got the food. I mean, now's as good a time as any to make camp. We can't be stumbling around the dark, especially if the torch is going to go out. So I say we bed down here and make the best of it.
I'd rather keep moving, but I will do what the majority wants.
I will camp.
Rather keep moving.
It's two for move. All right. Let's do it.
All right.
While we're walking, Karis wants to find a big stick.
Okay. You walk for a bit. Again, it's dark, so I'm assuming the flashlight is lighting the path ahead. So if you are searching for anything, you're doing so in complete darkness.
That's true. Wait, none of us have anything to set stuff alight, so it'd be useless.
It's also getting colder.
Only we had a survival book, I say.
Liz starts crying.
Oh, sorry, I was joking.
That was kind of mean, dude.
She doesn't actually start crying. She just kind of like it's like
continues crying. She has been this whole time.
And the award for biggest asshole, the apocalypse goes to that guy.
Him.
As you're walking along, you begin to hear a noise off in the distance. First, a little bit behind you. Now it almost seems to be beside you. It's like a rustling through the leaves.
Who has the knife? It's Bo, right?
I have the axe.
Oh, okay.
Karis has the knife. Bo has the axe. Hamish has the skillet.
I stay in between those three because they've got weapons.
And then the various mag lights.
Mag lights, yeah. Right? They maybe they're in the bag. I don't know.
Do we stop and try to position ourselves in a better position? Are we going to keep stumbling through the fucking dark?
Or we know it could be like an animal or something. Just
hopefully it's not one that wants to eat us.
I mean, what are the odds of that happening? We've been so lucky.
The slithering gets louder. Now it's in front of you.
U-turn?
Yeah.
They circle up. Circle up.
I take a corner of like a triangle. I take one of the corners.
Who's on the outside? Who's on the inside?
On the outside with the axe, kind of.
I'm on the outside, holding that flashlight like a club. Yep.
I'm
outside
on the
is
inside.
So 4 corners with Liz in the middle.
Okay. If you're using the flashlight like a club, where's the light going? Are you pointing the light down or up at the sky?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. No, I'm going to
Cliff,
try.
Get in the middle. Cliff, get in the middle.
He could have the other one. He could have the other mag light.
That's true.
Dual
wield the mag lights. That's going to go well.
Yeah, I think I took
that mag light Florentine. I don't think is going to work that great.
I think I did take one of the extra torches. I've just not been like using it, so I would probably pull that out as like a weapon, but I would like to stay in the middle still.
I thought the one I had was the only one that worked.
That's correct.
Oh no, it's the only one that worked, but there were ones that didn't work but could be used as like
you took the other ones for the weight alone. So
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I am going to shine a light though.
As you circle the wagons, the sound just creeping around you. And as it gets closer and as you quiet down and listen to what's going on, it does sound like something sliding through the underbrush, but you also hear the sound like feet as they move. Lots of feet dragging whatever this is around, and it's circling, but it's getting closer each time around.
If there's someone there, we mean no harm. Just We want to go our separate way, okay?
Can Karis try to time? Because it's going around just in a circle, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it'd be the same pattern of feet, just getting smaller and smaller each time.
Closer and closer, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'd be a pattern because we can hear it. Can she try to align what she's hearing with the same time as she tries stabbing into the ground to grab, to, get it?
Absolutely.
And we only have...
We
there's
mean
one
no
die
harm,
left in the
we
pool.
only want peace. I stab it.
Right.
I got free.
This is McStabber. This is McStabber after all.
I got free.
All right. You reach out and stab, and this is a failure. So we've reached the point where
can I use a vice?
No, not in this case. You didn't roll a 1. So I'm going to end this scene. You reach out to stab, and your knife definitely makes contact with something. And then it is ripped out of your hand as this enormous body swings around, hitting those of you on the outside. So I'm going to say Cliff and Hamish, it's going to hit both of you. You feel as this scale, like almost like an armor, runs across you, and you see as these tiny not tiny, hand-sized legs come across and claw at you, and there's a loud squealing noise, and then the thing moves off into the distance. But as that happens, you hear as the clicking starts. It first starts as a, but then it's amplified. And you hear as it begins to come from all places around. And you see in the distance as these red lights light up and pulsate and begin to move in your direction.
We need to run.
Is there anywhere to run?
We know these things to be true. It is dark. And Karis, it was your failed roll. You get to give us our first truth.
We're in a woods area, yeah?
Yes.
The trees here are climbable.
Okay. Liz?
The sun begins to rise.
Interesting. Okay.
I want some
Hamish?
light in here. I can't see.
That is perfectly okay. Hamish?
The night is playing with the sound, and maybe they're not as close as we think.
Okay. As the lights light up in the distance, you notice as they seem to come together. They may be far away, but they are getting closer together. Cliff, now it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I get to do a truth.
Sorry, I didn't. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, sorry. Yes, it is. My flashlight uncovers a path forward.
Excellent. Bo?
In the distance, is that gunfire we hear?
You hear a loud sound, much like gunfire. How's that? Cool. All right. To make it more like a truth. All right.
Yeah.
And Karis, you get to end us on a truth again.
Gave them bombs.
We were not far off course.
Okay. Very good. All right. And with that, we're going to take a short break. 10-minute break. And we will be back shortly.